How you guys doing? Today we're going to be checking out the 2025 Ram RHO. Let's go give it a shot. So there is a brand new truck in town, and though it looks exactly like a TRX, it is not a TRX. It is called the RHO, which stands for Ram High Output, which also means there is a brand new engine underneath the hood on this thing. Now, obviously with the exterior, it does look pretty good. I am going to go into more details in the POV view. The tailgate is pretty much exactly the same. Nothing in terms of dimensions at all from the RHO to the TRX is going to be different at all whatsoever. You even have some of the same features like the spare tire option as well for the bed, and you do have the functionality of actually bringing the bed up by just clicking a button and it can just automatically go up. So now we're going to show you the interior. All right, so big updates that Ram has done. Really not necessarily much in the interior. Now I know people are going to get a little triggered by this, but yes, this is the essential TRX replacement. There's going to be a faster model later on, but just picture this as a TRX with an inline six. What has updated though is that you do have a digital mirror right on top, and you do have a bigger 14.5-inch display or 14-inch display right in the middle. So it's a little bit bigger. It's rather responsive quite well. It does respond pretty good, and you do have a digital gauge cluster right up front. That's been there for it since 2023 if I'm not mistaken, and mostly everything else in the interior is going to feel very similar to the TRX. So you're going to have a center shifter, your launch mode, as well as your four-wheel drive system with a diff lock, and you're going to have your insane paddle shifters. And when it comes to the exterior has not really changed at all. So when you look at the front end, of course, these wheels, they have a little bit of an update to them in the bead lock style, and you do have a newly refreshed LED light style, and you do have LED fog lights down the bottom, and the grille and everything else essentially still looks very similar. Of course, you're going to see it says right here in the back, sorry guys, RHO. You're of course going to have a spare tire. That's going to be an option. And another update with this is going to have a new taillight design, but everything else essentially is still going to feel exactly the same. You even have this little kick thing right here on the side, looks pretty, and you still have your infamous dual exhaust, which obviously that means it's going to have a little bit of a noise coming out this rear end for this inline six. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to sound. And speaking of the elephant in the room, the twin turbo 3-liter inline six, otherwise known as the Hurricane motor. So this does produce 540 horsepower and almost 600 pound-feet of torque. It does cost $26,000 less than a TRX, starting price at around $70,000. And pretty much all the components between the RHO and the TRX are essentially the same. It's just minor tweaks around the suspension and also around the vehicle just to update it for the newer year model. But otherwise, it is essentially just a TRX. Supposedly, Ram does claim that there is going to be a more powerful version of the Hurricane. That's something waiting to be said, but let me know what you guys think.